Hi, I'm Ruth Christian with the Christian team, and today I wanted to talk about inspection contingencies. You probably, if you're looking to buy or sell, you've heard a lot about people writing non-contingent offers. For now, we're going to just tackle the part about inspection contingencies. What are they? Why do people waive them? And is it really dangerous? So in San Francisco, I would never recommend you waiving an inspection contingency without inspections. In San Francisco, it's very common for the seller to actually do a very thorough disclosure package where inspections are paid for by the seller and they're provided all up front. This is actually something that's not done really a lot outside of San Francisco. And personally, I think it makes things run a lot more smoothly because the buyer actually really understands the property prior to buying, and then they can actually adjust the price that they're willing to pay based on maybe an understanding that the roof needs replaced or there's a big dry rot situation or something like that. Psychologically, it feels really bad for somebody to get into contract and offer to pay a certain price, and then they find out all of these things. And then, of course, what happens is they want to come back and renegotiate the offer to something that feels more fair to them, given the new information that they found out. So an inspection contingency is something that is a 100% get out of jail free card. So not only is the buyer entitled to inspect anything about the property that they want during this contingency period, but they could also just wake up the next day and decide that they don't really want to buy the property anymore, and then they would have full access to getting their deposit back. So as you might guess, sellers hate this contingency because they want to know if they're, taking their property off the market, that it's secure and it's going to close, and especially if they're turning away other buyers. So we don't ever advise that anyone waives an inspection contingency without having all of the inspections that they would want on the property, which, as I mentioned, typically are provided by the seller. But if there's anything that's not there, then the one option sometimes, given that there's time, depending on when you see the property and when the offer dates are and things like that, we could do a pre-inspection where we got the inspector there ahead of time so that you fully understand everything. And then you would still have the option to write a offer without a contingency. So there are a lot of variables that go into different properties, and I'm more than happy to talk to you about your specific situation. So feel free to reach out anytime with any questions. Thank you for watching.